John Monteleone is among the most respected and skilled archtop guitar builders in the world. His guitars are admired for the technical attributes that produce extraordinary sonic qualities, as well as for their majestic physical beauty. His guitars are treasured by the finest players, collectors, and museums. His life and work are featured in the wonderful new documentary, John Monteleone, The Chisels Are Calling. At the 2022 Artisan Guitar Show, we had the opportunity to ask John a few questions specific to handcrafted guitar making. As you would expect, his perspective was both interesting and thoughtful. His thoughts on the marriage of form and function and the very personal relationship between the guitar and the player spoke to the intimacy and reward of creating both fine instruments and music. We hope you enjoy hearing John talk as much as we enjoyed being with him.
Form and function is extremely important to the guitar, to the success of the guitar. In other words, to have it be a viable tool for the musician. That's something that is always at the forefront of designing a guitar, to be a practical instrument at its most basic form. Now, going beyond that is to try and design an instrument of exceptional quality, but still be a guitar. It always has to be that thing, a guitar, that a musician can relate to, and hopefully a musician can be inspired by. So sticking close to the bone of what the foundation of the guitar is of the utmost importance. Once that is achieved, and that's going to be the success of that instrument, then you can begin thinking of adding more artistic value and expression on top of that basic foundation of what it is always going to be. Hopefully you want a guitar or a musical instrument of any kind to go beyond generation to generation. So if it's going to be able to do that, it has to have this essential quality of being the best responsive guitar that it can be for the life of the instrument. Well, the guitar has been around with us for a rather short time, historically. But during that period, there's been so much development, not only of the guitar, but for the music that supports the guitar. And that is the driving force of the instrument itself, is music. What is being played on the instruments, what is being composed, what is pop, has pop value for the instrument. I mean, these are all driving factors that keep the instrument going, and going. But what I see, have seen for years, is everything that could be possibly thrown at the guitar is being thrown on the guitar. In terms of design, all these wild ideas, and some of them are hits and misses, depending on what their use is going to be for. If they're going to be for some video type of use or just as something to be seen, that's one thing. But it all comes back down again to that instrument being a very simple, practical tool of expression, a paintbrush for the musician. That's what the guitar is. The future of the guitar will depend on all these values of popular expression. But beyond that, I think that there's a very personal connection to the guitar, that it's between the guitar and the one person. It's a relationship that is full of reward. It's rich. And that a person can pick up a guitar and immediately get something from it. To touch a string and set it into motion and make a sound, to make a note, is so primitive but so successful and rewarding. You know, it's satisfaction. It's the expression from within. It comes from the soul. And when it happens, it's a magical thing, however small it can be, however large it can be. But that's what the guitar has as a potential.
The Artisan Guitar Show, April 14th through 16th, 2023. For more information or to buy tickets, visit artisanguitarshow.com.